27. Okay. And 82. Good. Hello there. Welcome to the Maple Wellness Retreat. Are you checking in with us today? Okay, perfect. Well, welcome. Make yourself comfortable and we will get you all good to go. What is the last name that the booking was put under? Okay. And that's spelled E-R. Okay. There we are. Perfect. It says here you're staying with us for 10 nights. Is that correct? Okay, good. Yeah, that's a good amount of time to stay, I'd say. Okay. Well, before we get into too many details, let me first offer you a cold cloth. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit cool, a little bit damp. You can either use it to wipe off your face or just put it around the back of your neck. Yeah, it's a really nice, refreshing thing, I find. Okay, and let me just put you in the hard copy as well. You've arrived. Perfect. Well, let's go over your room. First things first. You are in one of our lakefront cabins, and you will be in number 8. That's one of the good ones. So your cabin is all yours. It's individual, and one thing we do like to warn people about, there is a wood-burning stove. If you would like to heat your cabin that way, there's a cord of wood out around the side of the cabin if you wish. If you want to use the wood-burning stove but don't feel yourself being a fire maker, then you can always call in one of the staff to make you a fire, or you can just use the standard central heating that comes in any of the cabins as well. Okay, there is also a kitchenette there. We'll go over the meals later, but you will have breakfast, lunch, and dinner all included in your stay, as well as any snacks that you might want. But we do also offer an option if you do want to cook for your own meal. What you can do is the day ahead of time, write a list of any ingredients you might need, drop it off with the kitchen, and we'll make you a nice little basket. And so then you can cook your own food. Okay. And then the other thing that I like to point out, especially about the lakeside cabins, is your little back porch. It backs out right onto the lake. And I always really recommend having your morning coffee there. It's so beautiful in the morning with the sun coming up. Sometimes there's a little bit of fog coming off the lake. It's really, really nice. Okay. And then I'll also mention that the head housekeeper's desk is just right over there. And they actually have some different firmnesses of pillows, a few different types of blankets. So if you want something a little bit more specialized for you, don't hesitate to ask. Or if you just want 10 pillows, you know, sometimes you just want a lot of pillows. Okay. And is there anything you'd like for us to put in your room before you get there for the evening? Any snacks, drinks? They're all included, including alcoholic. Okay, a bag of, yeah, I believe we have those. Okay. Any particular flavor? Yep, for sure. Okay, and a bottle of, what was that? Okay. Make a note. And anything else for the morning that you might need? Yeah, we can get you that, of course. Okay. Okay, I'll give that to the head housekeeper. Okay. Perfect. So, as I'm sure you know, this is a holistic wellness retreat. But the thing we pride ourselves the most on is providing individualized and tailored experiences for each person. How we like to do that is, instead of having specific scheduled events throughout the day, we try to offer a few different options in each different time slot. So for our activities we'll be going over now, we have a morning time slot and an afternoon time slot. The schedule is just on the paper I gave you there. And so each time of the day you'll be able to choose from about 5 to 6 options. Yeah, and then you can pick what best suits your needs on any given day. Yeah, it doesn't even require you signing up or anything like that. You just wake up, decide what you feel like that day, and mosey on over to your chosen activity. You, of course, can also forego any of the activities, do anything on your free time. The place is yours to do with as you choose, but we do obviously recommend the activities because they can be quite helpful, fun. We've got a good variety of things. Okay, so let's start with our active activities. So the first one is a big favorite. We have a guided hike. There are a couple of options within the hike because first you'll be hiking to the base of a waterfall, and then once you're there you can choose to either stay there for about an hour and a half, just swim around under the waterfall, maybe just sit there, read a book, or you can continue with the hike going up to the top of the waterfall. There's a really nice lookout back along the lake. But there's a little bit of scrambling, so we say that this is a more advanced trail. Yeah, of course, you can decide the day of, you can get to the waterfall fully intending to go to the top, and then just say, you know what, this looks pretty great, I'm just gonna chill down here. That's always an option. Okay. We also have a nature walk. This one is a little bit different. It's going to be very mild, only on flat terrain. Yeah, the trails are very well groomed, so you don't need to be an expert hiker to do this one. But the one thing that is really nice about the nature walk is we have Carla, who's our resident bird specialist. She's not formally trained, but she loves birds. And so we'll give you some binoculars if you want, and she'll kind of point out the different birds that are local. And yeah, it's a really interesting thing to do. Okay. Next, for our more active activities, obviously we offer yoga. We have both more cardio focused yoga as well as restorative stretching. Now we realize that the people coming in are very different levels of how much they know yoga, you know, the knowledge of the poses and all that. But our instructors are very, very good at making sure that you're doing everything to a good level for you. Yeah, the last thing you want in yoga is to push yourself and strain something that doesn't need to be strained. Okay. Then we also have aquafit in the lake. So you'll get those little foam weights, a few different other little toys, and it's very, very low impact exercise since all your joints and muscles are underwater. Yeah, I find it quite relaxing as well, just floating around in the lake, doing a couple exercises. It's a good time. And our last active activity, we have dance therapy. Yeah, so some people don't know what to expect from this, which is fair. But what we'll be doing is have you be doing some interpretive dance. Sometimes the instructors might have you yell and scream. Yeah, the idea of it is to be a very kind of cathartic release of emotions, whatever that looks like. Yeah, we find that being up and active can kind of help facilitate that. Okay, and kind of in the same vein as that, we have our drum circle. No need to understand drumming at all. Normally we'll just be doing a very simple pattern. But again, like the dance therapy, it can be a very cathartic release of emotions. Okay. Next, we have another one of our favorites here. We have a cooking class, and what we do is try to teach more whole food cooking. Yeah, exactly. We try to show you how to incorporate more healthy foods like vegetables, fruits, in a way that's still really, really tasty. And the chef here especially loves to use in-season products. I believe asparagus is what you would be working with this week. And also strawberries are in. We have some really, really nice strawberries this year. Yeah, they taste nothing like the ones from the store. They're teeny, teeny, tiny, but so flavorful. Yeah, more and more nowadays you see those giant strawberries, and I think they're just filled with water at this point. There's not really any strawberry flavor to them. Okay. And then on to our more mental health tailored activities. We have mindfulness meditation, which will be a group guided meditation. But even though we say it's a group guided meditation, we try to keep them quite small. Maximum of 6 we try to keep them. And that way we find people are a lot more likely to connect with the practice. If there's just a couple of people there, it can feel quite overwhelming if you're in a group of 20 people. Yeah. And again, we understand that some people are beginners, so don't hesitate to, raise your hand, ask a question, even if you're in the middle of a meditation. We'd prefer for everyone to feel like they know what's going on instead of sitting there silently, not understanding it. Exactly. Okay. Then we also have our small group conversations. These ones are always done with a licensed therapist. And again, we try to keep the groups much smaller. These ones we try to keep for 6 as well. Yeah, it's a lot easier to share in a smaller group, but as with anything, you don't ever need to feel pushed to share anything you're not ready for, or even join in. You could just sit there quietly. Okay. But if the group setting isn't really your cup of tea, we also offer a journaling exercise. So the therapists will set you up with some kind of questions. They're constructed in a certain way, and then it's up to you how you answer them. We recommend going on a quiet walk. Yeah, finding a little spot, meditating on the questions a bit, doing them at your own pace. Yeah, a lot of people prefer that to the group setting, I find, especially when it's with strangers for the most part. But I think you'll find that it's very easy to meet people here. They're all very friendly, I find. Okay, perfect. Well, that is everything for our scheduled activities. Like I said, you'll have about 5 or 6 of those to choose from every morning, every afternoon. The schedule is on the paper there. And if you have any questions, we have our activities facilitator. Yeah, they are very, very good at kind of getting a judge on people to recommend which activities they think might suit you the best based off of what you're looking for. But we are here for your experience, so no matter what any of our staff recommends to you, feel free to do whatever you feel is right. Okay, perfect. Well, after activity time for the day, we will have dinner in the main lodge, and that's where all the meals will be being served. Yeah, every meal is included with your stay with us. The menu will be posted at least the day before, and that way if you have any dietary restrictions or any substitutions, you can let us know ahead of time. But we do usually offer a couple of options for every meal, so there's usually something for everyone. And if not, we will make that work for you. Perfect. And after dinner, we do always have a guest speaker. Sometimes it's one of the staff, sometimes we bring someone in. Obviously, this is optional, so if it doesn't sound like something you're interested in, don't feel like you need to, but usually the talks are quite good, and we try to keep them to half an hour maximum, so it's not taking up your whole evening. Okay, but the rest of the evening is free time. We'll be going over our free time activities in a second, but It's completely up to you. I will also mention on some of the clear nights, we do offer a stargazing walk. There's a nice little clearing out, just a short little walk, and it's really, really nice to look up at the stars here. Yeah, something about being outside of the city, it just looks so much better without all that light pollution. Okay. So let's go over our add-on activities first. So these ones are activities that you can do in the evening, but they will be an additional cost to the retreat already. So we offer massage therapy. They're very, very well trained in massage therapy. They can do deep tissue. They can, if you have an injury, they're very, very good with that as well. Yeah, that will have to be booked the day ahead of time. Usually there's slots available. Sometimes it's booked up. So if you know you want one, I recommend booking a couple of days ahead of time. Okay. We also have individual therapy with our licensed therapists. Yeah, the same therapists who are doing the group therapy, but like I said, some people just prefer not to do that. I can completely understand why. So if you do want an individual therapy session, we can arrange that for you. We also have Reiki available. We have a licensed Reiki practitioner. I understand that not everyone is on board with that kind of activity, but regardless of what you believe, the Reiki practitioner is really, really good, and I find it's a really relaxing experience. But speaking of relaxation, if that isn't your cup of tea, we also offer, and this is new, we have some ASMR relaxation sessions. So we have a ASMR artist on site. Again, you'll have to book it at least the day ahead of time, and we also ask that you can write in a couple little notes about things that you find relaxing personally, and then they'll kind of make a specific tailored session just for you. Okay, so those were the add-on activities, but let's go on to our always open activities. So these are all included in the price of your stay. These will be available during the evening free time, but they will also all be available during the daytime if you want to skip an activity for whatever reason. Okay, so first and foremost, we have our spa, a very big selling point here. You can obviously just use the individual aspects of the spa however you want, but we have a special thermotherapy cycle that we recommend. Yeah, it's a kind of Nordic idea. Basically, you spend 10 to 15 minutes in a hot thing, either the hot tub, the steam room, sauna. Then we have a cold plunge, so just 10-15 seconds, plunge yourself in the cold water, come back up, and then we say about 20 minutes of relaxation. So you can either sit in a daybed by the pool, read a book, go down to one of the chairs on the dock, just look out at the lake. We also have some hammocks just at the tree line by the dock. Yeah. But yeah, you can either do one cycle of that, you can do multiple cycles of that. really, really nice activity, I find. It's one of my favorites. Okay, we also have our pool. It is half inside, half outside. You can actually swim underneath the wall. Yeah, it's heated and salt water. Yeah, I find most people prefer salt water, but some people, they do get irritation, so if you've never used salt water before, try just dipping your feet in for a little bit first. Okay. Then we also have our fitness room. So it will have any exercise equipment that you would expect in a standard gym. And then we also have a couple of open rooms there if you want to do yoga or stretching or just dance around, whatever you'd like to do. Okay, perfect. Okay, and we also have our arts and crafts room. Yeah, so we have basically any type of craft you can imagine. You know, over the years we've collected so many things from, you know, doing different specialized activities. But we also have lots of paint, acrylic, oil, whatever you can imagine. We have easels, we have canvases. If you do make something, you are more than welcome to take it home. Or you can leave it here. Sometimes we actually put up some of the art around the building, which I find is a really nice touch. Okay, we also have the music room. Yeah, that's where the drum circle will be located, but there is a full set of instruments there, piano, a few acoustic guitars. We do have a full drum set, but we have dampened it so it's not that loud since, you know, some people around here do want the nice and quiet outside. Okay, other than that, we have lots of walking trails. We have a variety of different difficulties. There are some really nice views that you can work up to there. We also have water activities, so kayaks, canoes, we have a couple stand-up paddle boards, things like that. And then we also have our games room. There's standard board games. We have a couple cool new ones as well. I find that that's a good evening activity to meet people at if it's your first or second night. And then last but not least, we have our movie room, which will be playing a couple of movies every day. Just like with meals, the schedule will be posted the day ahead of time, so if there is a movie you want to catch, then you can make a note of that. Okay, so that is everything for our activities. Again, if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to ask me or the events coordinator. Anyone will be happy to help you. I'll just have a couple of notes here before we finish up. So, we will be doing a quick formal check-in with you tomorrow morning with one of our licensed therapists. Yeah, the idea is basically to sit down with you, ask you what you're expecting out of this trip, kind of seeing what your expectations are, what you're hoping to get out of your stay with us, and then that way we can help you achieve that. And we will also be doing one in the middle of your stay to see how we're doing, see if there's anything we can improve, anything you're not happy about, anything like that. But let me schedule you for your check-in tomorrow is 10:30 okay for you? Yeah, that will be after breakfast, just before the first activity of the day. Okay, I will put you in our schedule for 10:30. Perfect. So I'll just have the therapist find you at breakfast time then. Okay. But outside of that, if you ever have any questions or if anything's bugging you, please pull aside any staff at any time. You don't need to wait for your mid-stay check-in. Everyone wants to help make sure that your stay with us is the best that it can be, so we always have time. Okay. Next item is cell phone. So this is completely up to you, but if you would like, you can hand in your cell phone to us. We keep it very heavily locked up. There's no worries there, but some people do prefer to unplug and completely separate from technology while they stay with us. Again, it's completely up to you. We also offer that you can keep your phone with us and we can give it to you once a day, usually around dinner time, just to check on updates if, sometimes, you're a busy work person and there are actual things you need to respond to. We understand that. But then that way it disconnects you for most of the day and only gives you like 5-10 minutes on your phone. The only thing we do ask is if you do want to keep your cell phone, we just ask that you keep it only in your cabin, just because there are people here who do really want to disconnect from technology, and so, having ringers going off or tones or whatever. Yeah, just out of courtesy to the other guests, exactly. Okay, I think that is pretty much everything. Well, I hope that got you excited for your stay with us. I hope you're really looking forward to it, and I hope that we can provide you a once-in-a-lifetime experience here. Well, I hope you get settled well, and I'll see you around. Bye.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a gentle reminder to take off your headphones or turn down the volume, since there might be a loud ad soon. And if you enjoyed this video, you should definitely